Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Psychic TV International. My name is Harry T, and it is Saturday, the 8th of March at 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Time. How is everybody doing? Being Saturday, the 8th of March, it is also International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to everyone out there who is on our time zone. If you're not on our time zone, it'll be the 8th of March tomorrow. So happy International Women's Day. Hey, Jocelyn, nice to see you on. Hey, Anna, good to see you. For those of you who are joining us, let me know where you are coming to us from. And of course, we're thinking of everyone up north in northern New South Wales and also in Queensland with the cyclone. Many people were affected, but, I've actually got friends on the Gold Coast who I spoke to yesterday who were sort of bracing themselves, and I saw something about it being reduced in categories. So I suppose that's good, when you hear that it's not going to be as potent as first they thought. It's sort of a little bit of a relief, but it's still very full on. For anyone who's been in very crazy weather before, I have, for example, been in crazy weather before, it can be very, very scary. So just know that we are thinking of everyone and sending lots of love. And it's good that we have the news, I suppose, that we can keep up to date with things. For example, hearing the category getting reduced, I thought, okay, that's a good sign. Anyway, so how is everyone doing? Hey, Rebecca. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Penny. Good to see you all on. Now, of course, some housekeeping. Like and share the video first and foremost. Now, one of our regulars who we love is Cherie. Cherie isn't able to join us tonight because she's out, which is great. What that does mean, though, is that we've got to really make sure people like and share the video. And then, of course, you can definitely ask a tidbit question. It's not a life story, but, you can definitely ask a burning question in the comments. But you must like and share the video first. And then once you've liked and shared it, include in your question, for example, hi, I've liked and shared the video. Will I sell my house? So make sure you include the point that you've liked and shared the video before you ask anything, but make sure it's in the same comment so it marries up. What else do I have to tell you? Of course, the website is psychictvinternational.com, which is scrolling down on the bottom of your screen. You will see that throughout the entire stream. You also will see a write-up that our wonderful producer has done for us, which is above the post. And that is on the Facebook wall direct, which is fabulous. And that also includes the phone numbers for you, which you can use 24/7 to call one of our gifted psychics and have a one-on-one in your own privacy from the comfort of your own location. And they're very, very talented, very, very gifted. And there's nothing like a one-on-one, really. We do kind of spoil everyone on here with these tidbit readings that are complimentary. That, for example, Ben, and we've also got Terri that we'll get to tonight. But really, there's no better experience than having a one-on-one, because you really do get into in depth. And I think that's where it, most of the transformation can occur. So the phone numbers, which are really important in Australia, 02907 10199, and our international number worldwide is +61 488 25177. And I'll repeat those numbers throughout the stream as well. And I'll let you know who is logged in actually right now. We've got Amazing Grace on pin 9888. We've got Maria on pin 9126. We've got Psychic Sadie on pin 9147. And we've got Renoretta on pin 9112. So call one of those numbers that I read out or that are scrolling down on the bottom of your screen, and then enter in one of those pin numbers, and you can have a one-on-one with one of our psychics who are logged in. Thinking what else I have to tell you. Okay, yes, so a little bit more housekeeping. It's impossible to get to everyone as a complimentary tidbit message today. It's impossible. We'll get to as many as we can, but just if you're listening and if you miss out, try again next Saturday. We do stream every Saturday night, but also you can always make a call. So no one actually misses out because you've always got the option. Choice and option is the fundamental of life, isn't it? So the choice is there, the option is there for you to make that call. So no one misses out because you've got that option to make a call. And what else do I have to tell you? I think that's it. So yeah, so just make sure you like and share the video. In the comment box, let us know you've liked and shared it. Include a burning question. We'll do our best to get to you. We won't be able to get to everyone, but we'll do our best. And the website I've told you, the phone numbers I've told you, I'll repeat them throughout the show. And yes, oh, and also just quickly, I'll say this again when we wrap. I am pretty much off for the next, I think it's 5. I thought it was 4, but I think it's more than that. Hold on. I'm off 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm back in 5 Saturdays. So I will be back on this show in 5 Saturdays time. So you'll have different guest hosts every Saturday night for pretty much the next month. And I will return on Saturday, the 12th of April. So this will be my last show for a while. So that's going to be, it's kind of longer than I realized. I was flipping through the diary before. I thought, oh my gosh, it's a little bit over a month, but that's okay. I will be returning, so don't freak out. I will be back on the 12th of April. So you'll have about 4 Saturdays without me, and then I'll be back in 5 weeks' time. So I'll see you on the 12th of April. Okay. All right. So let's bring on. So we've got Psychic. Our Psychic's on. Okay. Yeah, we did get Terri. Yeah, perfect. So we've got Ben and we've got Terri, which is amazing. All right. So let's bring on Ben. Hold on a second. My layout just changed. Nope, I don't like that. We've changed the stream. I don't like that one. Hold on. I don't know how to get back to the thing. Okay, let's choose this one, I think. How do I get back to... Hey, Ben.
Oh, g'day, Harry. How are
you? Okay, that's good. I was able to bring you. We've just had an update on StreamYard, which is good because it's all updated. And you know, whenever things update, it's always good to get an update. But it's changed a little bit, so the settings are a little bit different, which is awesome. But it's good to see you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. It's good to see you too. And yeah, it's awesome. The Queensland, they've been pretty lucky actually with that cyclone and stuff. So,
did you hear about it? How it got decreased?
Yeah. But I've got a friend up there, so they've been pretty lucky actually. It's not too bad.
Same. Yeah, I've got a friend in the Gold Coast, and I was on the phone to them, and they're all bracing themselves because they live right near the water, and I think when it's closer to the water, it's more full on. But yeah, the category got reduced, so that was a good sign. So I think people were very, very prepared, which is always a good thing, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Ben Graham is one of our most popular mediums. He is very, very gifted. He's been on for a while now, and most people know you, Ben. But for those who may not, you know, just in case, feel free to. Hey, Michael. I love Michael. And hey, Lisa. Hey, Kerry. I'm just saying hi to everyone quickly. Hey, Veronica. Feel free to talk about yourself and how you can help people.
Thanks, Harry. It's good to be on the show. And tonight we're just going to do, like Harry said, snippet readings, you know. I'm a psychic medium, so what that really means is I do past, present, and future, and mediumships as well. Tonight you're going to have 2 mediums on there, and 2 different types of mediums. So if you've got a question that you don't know the answer for, ask those questions. You know, like like Harry said, sort of, you know, just think about what you're going to ask for, and like it is a gift to have a free reading tonight. Right. And there is other mediums on there online as well, and I'm going to be online, same with Terri afterwards. And so take advantage of us as well. So this service is a free service. So it will be snippets, like Harry said, and we're going to do our best to read as many people as we can tonight, and just enjoy the show for what it is. Thanks, Harry.
Amazing. Well, Ben, you are terrific. Do you know Terri by any chance?
No, I've never met her. No.
Okay, well, then you're about to meet Terri. So let's bring on Terri. All right, hold on. I don't think I've met Terri actually either. Hold on, let's see. I'll see when I see her. Hold on. Hey, Terri.
Well, hello, gentlemen. How are we?
How are you? No, I don't think I've met you before. How are you?
No, I haven't met either of you. So, hi. How are we doing?
Oh, I love where you are. I love the artwork. I love the glasses. I love everything.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
I'm a bit of a collector of stuff.
Oh, I love that. I'm a little bit like that too, actually. I've got some trinkets. I've got the most random trinkets around, like just random
That's
things.
What we love.
And you know what? I've got about 4 of everything. I've realized I've got like 4 of everything, because I used to do this thing where I would buy things in pairs, and then I obviously would forget that I bought a pair, and I would buy the same pair. So the other day I literally found 4 of the same thing. I was like, oh, I'll just donate 3 of them. But anyway, Terri, it's great to have you on with us.
Great to be had.
Please tell us a little bit more about you, because you're are you new to the show, or just we haven't met you?
About 6 months or so, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, this is my second live.
Oh, second live. Who did you do the first? No, the first one wasn't with me, was it?
It was with Rhonda.
Oh, perfect, amazing. Okay, great, awesome. Well, for those who saw Terri on the first live, I'm sure she was great. But for those who didn't, please tell people a little bit more about you.
Well, I've been doing this professionally now for about 15 years. And before that, I spent about 25 years in the military. So it's, it's kind of like definitely one thing to the other. But my family, both sides of my family have very strong sort of, psychic or mediumship traits as well. My great granny on my mother's side actually ran Enmore Spiritualist Church for about 50 years. And,
wow.
and she was actually at Enmore Spiritualist Church in the very early days, just after the first pandemic, after the First World War. So
you're kidding.
no, and she's an incredible story. And
that sounds amazing.
And finding out what she's done is really it's really driven my passion to find out about the history of spiritualism, particularly in Australia. So I'm actually researching to do a book about that.
While you were talking, I was definitely thinking she's totally going to. It was obvious. Your story, even it was just obvious. I mean, a good story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And your story, I thought, this was such a short window to hear a little bit of that, but I could think, oh my God, I don't want this to end. So I was I could tell.
It's really funny because I found out only about a year ago that Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote Sherlock Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
He was a huge spiritualist, and he actually came out to Australia and wrote a book about his travels called The Wanderings of a Spiritualist in Australia. And he gave a service at Enmore Spiritualist Church, and my great granny was actually there.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
Okay, that is incredible. See, a lot of people don't know that the writer of Sherlock Holmes was a huge pioneer in the spiritual movement.
Huge.
But a lot of people like yourself who's doing research into this, they find that out. I found that out, I think it was 2011. So how long ago was that now? 14 years ago now. Yeah, 14 years ago. It was around 2011, and I was in this spiritual community in upstate New York, and I was in their library with one of their residents there, and they were telling me this whole story about how the writer of Sherlock Holmes was this huge guy in the spiritual movement, and I didn't know that. But in 2011, that's when I discovered it, and then I did some research in that library that I was in, and so it was about 14 years ago, and I just found that amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. That's really incredible to share that with everyone. Well, so Terri, are you comfortable with your mediumship? I'm assuming you probably are.
Yep.
Sounds like you are. Yeah, it sounds like and you know what? I do want to just touch on something about you being from a military background, even though it seems so opposite to spiritualism. Do you know so many people I have met who have come from military backgrounds or who have been part of the CIA even? Do you know they have had a lot of connections with spirituality? So it's actually not that foreign, because you, for example,
Yeah, no, you're quite right. And there's always this judgment thing that we're able to do as mediums. It's the energy reading and all that sort of stuff. But don't get me wrong, I was very much the square peg in the round hole in the military. But
which you probably needed to be. But I think when you are exposed to different things in life, it does open you up to so much more.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right? And I think that's probably why. So you are very fascinating. So this is amazing. Okay, great. So great. Kathy just said, what fantastic information tonight. It's very informative. I know, I would agree.
I'm glad here.
I'm glad this is my last show for the next 5 weeks. So this has been a good one already. Okay. And I do just have some news. Next week, you've got Anne-Marie, who's our producer. You'll have her hosting next week. And I was allowed to share that. She just let me know, which is amazing. All right, awesome. All right, let's get to some questions. Ben, I might start with you if that's okay. And we'll start with, if this is okay, hold on. I'll save that one for Terri, but I'm going to give this one for you. It's going to be Jocelyn. I love you, Jocelyn. We were having a little chat last night, I think, on my little Facebook post. Adore you. Liked and shared. Hi, Harry. What do you see for my husband, David, please, for a job? Okay, Ben. So it looks like David, something with a job for him. Currently, he's not working, but waiting on a project. What do you see for him, please? Thank you kindly. Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah. Good, very, very good question, Jocelyn. Your husband is a good guy, and he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I feel like that if the wait is longer, he'll find something anyway. In the meantime, I feel like that I just feel confident that, and I feel positive that everything that he's aiming for will come into, and will come in sooner than later. I just feel like that he's got his blinkers on, and he's focused on one thing only. I just feel that there's no money issues or anything. I feel like that he's going to be okay. And I'm not sure what he's doing, to be honest with you. I really don't see what he's looking for, or the job part that he's actually trying to get into, but or reaching for. But I feel like that it's a long-term coming. So he's thought about this for a while. So he's done his homework. He's set himself up for this. So I think that this job will be quite fine for him. I can see it happening sooner than later. I haven't really got a date, so to speak, but But I feel like that your finances are okay with, and you've allowed him to chase his goals, so to speak. So I
Okay,
just
good.
feel everything's confident in that way. And I'll leave it there.
Amazing. Thanks, mate. And thank you, Jocelyn. You know you're fabulous. All right, Terry, I'll give you Stephanie's question. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, everyone. I've liked and shared. My question is for Terry. Is there something specifically lovely to look forward to this year? Thank you. Oh, that's a nice optimistic question.
Absolutely. Look, I'm using some cards with me while I
Yes.
speak, because I find that the two things work together for me.
Love it. Love it.
As we were saying before, all of us have a completely different language that we use, and
Love.
what I've just shown up here is the goldfish. Now, you
Oh.
probably can't see this terribly well, but the fish are really an exciting card, because as you would know, in Asian culture, the fish are very good luck. Yep, absolutely. They're about prosperity and about economics and about finances. So whatever you're doing with your finances, if you're saving for something, or if there's something you really want, then buckle down now and do it, because August is really hot for you, okay?
Oh,
really hot.
I
So
love that.
use the strength of the fish and swim through that water, and know that you have a goal. You can get there. So
I
yes,
love that.
August, go for it.
I love that. Terry, you're fabulous. Love it.
Thank you.
Are they Lenormand?
Lenormands, yeah.
Lenormand, yeah. How do you say it? Lenormand.
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 They're after Marie Lenormand.
Madame Marie Mademoiselle. What was her name? Mademoiselle Marie Lenormand, or something like that. Yeah, she did the Napoleon. She was in the Napoleon era.
Absolutely. Yeah. She had a very successful salon in France.
She did. So she was the original. So this is back in, was it the 18? When was the Napoleon?
Around just before the French Revolution.
Exactly. And she's also very fascinating. And the cards were created basically based on her, wasn't it? Based on her, which is amazing. Do you know, I don't know if I've ever told this story publicly. Or maybe I have, I can't remember. I've been around for a while. My first cards that I used when I was I think 14, 15 years old, were them. I say Lenormand.
I think a lot of people do now.
Yeah, but English is also my third language, so I feel like for me, it could be anything. But they were the first ones that I used, because I was really I started with playing cards, and they sort of have a connection to the playing cards.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
right. And they were the first ones that I sort of explored.
Well, that's
love
really unusual, because they're not a whole lot of people know about them. To me, I love them because they're little butt kickers. They go straight to the point.
Go straight to it. And again, when I was young, I think I was about 15. And this was back then, so it was even stranger back then. But, because of my heritage, the French connection, is very similar to, because I'm half Armenian, half Lebanese. And in Lebanon, the French is kind of like their second language. So it was we were familiar with that story. So, so it was amazing. Terry, you're fabulous. Okay, let's go with another one. And Cherie, good to see you. Cherie, you'll have to watch this show back, because Terry is so fascinating. And I know you're missing out on this, and she's so incredible. Okay, let's go with another one for you, Ben. It's going to be, I think I'm going to give you Anna. Hey, Anna, good to see you. Anna's question, liked and shared. Hi, Ben. My question is, should I be worried about my 27-year-old daughter as she's going through a lot in her life? Okay, good question.
Yeah, very good question, Anna. As a parent myself, and I know that you're a good woman, and you're a good mum, and we all have those concerns, and we all have worries and stuff like that. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to say is communicate with her the best possible way you can. And sometimes it's just over a coffee. Sometimes it's just like making that date, that coffee date with your daughter. Only you know your daughter better than anyone else. And if you feel that there's tension there, and you feel that there's worry there probably is. And I feel that she's going to be okay, because I feel that you'll communicate with her the best possible way you can, and tell her that it's okay to not be good, and tell her okay it's not to be excellent, and tell her okay it's you can have worries. That's just a human thing. We all have those. But also encourage her to express how she feels, and even encourage her to talk to you or her best friend or something like that about the way things are happening in her life, and that'll help her to move forward, so to speak. We can also ask our angels and family and friends in our mind to look over them as well. But I feel that you're such a good mum anyway, and you're going to do all that. And I feel that she's going to be okay anyway, because you're going to do that for her, if that makes sense. I'll leave there. Thanks.
I love that. Thank you, Ben. That was beautifully done. Okay, let's go with Terri. I'll give you another one. I'm going to give you, if this is, let's just pick randomly. I think I'm going to go with, I love Danielle's question. She always asks really good questions that aren't all about her. It's sort of about everyone, which I love. I love you and your questions, Danielle. You're terrific. Hello, liked and shared. My question is, do you believe when we call out to our loved ones, so this is our deceased loved ones, to talk to them, that they are truly next to us listening? What a great question.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't doubt yourself ever. Every one of us, not just are those who call ourselves psychics or mediums, every one of us can do this, has a little bit of this. It's just that we've trained ourselves, or we've opened ourselves up to be able to use it a little better. So I say to people all the time, we don't, and as I alluded to before, we don't have to see the same things the same way. So we've got to learn the language. So keep an eye out for signs. When I first started doing this, I used to have to rely, I'm an empath, so I had to rely on a physical signal in my body. But as I got used to learning what those signals meant, I didn't have to wait for those anymore. So I had a little notebook, and when something came up, I would write a note down. And afterwards, I got to see what the similarities are and started to learn my language. So yes, don't doubt yourself. I know that it's there. If you're wondering how can I get them and a little bit closer, then I always say those 5 minutes or so just before you go to sleep, just when you're winding down, just opening up and just say, bring me a dream, bring me a message. And, if you're bad at remembering dreams, then keep a glass of water beside your bed and say to yourself, when I wake up, I'm going to have a sip out of my glass of water, and that will be your trigger to remember what's gone on. So look at the signs. I mean, the signs can be anything, not only dreams, but notice the smells, the tastes, the music you might keep hearing that reminds you of somebody. So it's all of those signs, bring them all together. But yes, absolutely, they are listening. Just ask them and you'll start to see little signs.
Oh, Terri, I loved how you just answered that. It was brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant. And great question. So if you're out there and you want to ask some really good questions like Danielle just did, that benefit everyone watching, because as I said, it's impossible to get to everyone's individual questions. It's just not going to happen. And I love everyone listening and taking things away, and everyone would have taken so much away from Danielle's question just then. Terri, you nailed that. And I actually wrote in my book, which Ben, you've read, so you might be able to remember this part. And I'm pretty sure it stayed in there because obviously when you get it published, they chop it up a lot. I wrote that I believe that the closest to the spirit world is sort of when you're just about to doze off to sleep and when you're just sort of coming to. So that's still closest to the spirit world. So when you just said just before you head to bed, it's literally that in between. So I think that's perfect. Perfect. Okay,
well,
amazing.
You have to read your book now, so
yeah, you will. Yeah, it's in, Ben. That's in there somewhere, right? I know I wrote it. I'm pretty sure they kept it. Yeah,
I'm going to have to find it.
You'll have to find my book. I know it's in there somewhere because I remember there was something else I wrote and then they chopped out, and I only remember that because I read it and I thought, oh, they didn't include that. But this, I'm pretty sure I remember because 100% it stayed in there. Alrighty, yes. Let's go with. I'm gonna give some feedback from Jocelyn. And it is, thank you so much, Ben. You're spot on. I do sacrifice a lot for him. He's the main breadwinner. He's an amazing guy. Well, I'm sure he is, Jocelyn, because you're fabulous. So he's got to be amazing. and yes, he only focuses on one thing. Not like me. I focus on everything. Very great reading. Thank you, Ben. Harry, I didn't speak. Oh, I didn't know you speak. Hold on. I didn't you speak French. Probably that's why we connect to Creole is my first language. French is my second language. Oh my goodness. English is my third. No way. Love you all. Thank you for being here every Saturday to give us hope. Oh my God, I love her. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so I'm Armenian, and then Arabic is my second, and then English is my third. So I don't speak French, but a lot of my Lebanese family, they all speak French because that's what they learned in Lebanon. Yeah, I love that. Amazing. Okay, awesome. Ben, I'm going to give you another one if that's okay. And the next one, again, I'm just going to randomly select because we're not going to get to all of you out there, and I'm repeating that just to be very clear. And it's going to be randomly. Oh, Sarah, I haven't seen you for a bit. You're terrific as well. How are you, beautiful Sarah? Sarah, shared and liked. I've recently found my siblings from my father's side, never met him, and unfortunately he passed 3 months before my mother. Okay. Do you feel that everything will work out, or should I avoid this? Do you reckon she should meet up with them, or should she avoid it?
Yeah, Sarah, it's a tricky one, Sarah, and I want you to go with your gut feelings. And if it's, I feel that you'll do it anyway. I feel that you'll meet up with them, and it will be a good thing. And remember that obviously we've been brought up different. Everyone's been brought up different, and your morals are going to be different to theirs, and the way you think and everything. It's going to be obviously different. So I think for peace of mind, you're going to meet them. And I've been in that same situation as well. I've got 2 brothers that I never met until I was a lot older, and they're full-blooded brothers. So we didn't keep in contact or anything like that, but I met them, and I think that was a positive thing for me. I mean, they actually had a good life compared to what I had. So I mean, but we sort of didn't click. But still, I feel like it was good for my growth to meet my siblings, and I feel like that's going to be a good thing for you. And you've got a nice heart, you really do. So why wouldn't they like you? And I feel like that you give a lot anyway. So, and I'm proud of you. And I feel like that's from Mum. I feel like Mum's saying that she's proud of you, the way you've become. And so I don't know if you looked after her near the end there, but I'm seeing that for you. And but she's always around you. And I don't know, but just quickly, I feel like that you smell her anyway in your house.
Oh.
Just write that in the comments for us, and I'll leave it there. Thanks, Harry.
Oh, thank you, Ben, and thank you, Sarah. It was so good to see you, beautiful. And Centre, you're great. Centre's like, wow, Harry, what a mix. Centre, love you already. Okay, you know what? That's how you're born, right? So whether you like it or not, that's what you got. You got the cards you're dealt. Isn't that right, Terry? You get the cards that you're dealt. The cards that you're dealt. Good or bad, that's what it is.
Can't pick family, can you?
No, you can't, and they definitely certainly give us the best lessons, greatest lessons. Okay, let's go with some feedback for you, Terry. And I totally agree, Danielle. The feedback is, thank you so much, Terry. That was such a great answer. I loved it. Absolutely great
very
advice.
Sweet. Thank you, Danielle.
Awesome. Oh, and I'm just going to share this as well. Stephanie said thank you, Terry, as well, with some green hearts. Awesome. Okay, Terry, I'm going to give you, if that's okay, Hayley. Oh, Hayley's gorgeous. Hey, Hayley, good to see you. I loved and shared. Hi, all. Just wondering if I can please have a reading, particularly with guidance on what may be coming up in the next 6 or so months. Thank you. Okay, good.
Hi, Hayley. Listen, I just need firstly, though, to give you a bit of a warning. I've got something going on with a hip. I don't know whether this is your mother or somebody, but it's the next level up from you, and I've got a hip issue. So I'm not sure if it's from a fall, but someone just needs to be careful. It may have been driven by a bad knee, but just please tell whoever it is just to be careful, or just keep an eye out. If someone's complaining about a bad hip, then get them to see about it, because it will cause falls. Okay.
Oh, got you. Okay. So
what's that? Now, sorry, what was the question again?
I took it off. I took it off because it was covering your fabulousness. But she just basically,
I remember now.
Some guidance for 6 months. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Look, there's a lovely sentiment. What I've got here is the card of the mountain from the Norman deck. And what it says is, the closer the mountain, the closer the enemy. Now, I don't see it as an actual enemy, but it tells you that there's a bit of a climb. If there's something you're aiming for, then you must climb for it. And it says, when the enemy comes along, his power will be strong. So you'll be feeling really, really pushed to do something. And if you don't quite know what it is, then just have a moment and listen to yourself, because sometimes we get overwhelmed with all these messages. And it's, why are you laughing there, Harry?
Because the weirdest thing just happened while you're talking. I just had this urge to open up one of my drawers that I didn't even move. Look at what is right beside me that I got from France.
Perfect.
You can't even make that stuff up. I didn't even move. Look at that. Ben, isn't that this is French.
It's a lovely looking set.
Not even in English. I bought it from France. This was when I was in France. And I just had this urge to open up this desk. And in this desk, it has like all my little crystals and stuff. And I just had this urge. And literally in front of my face was the deck that I got from France.
Right time.
Isn't that nuts? Yeah, sorry. It was crazy.
Yeah. Look, just a little further, I've also got the card of the stars. Now, the stars obviously come out at night. So what they're saying to you is that you can't quite see your way forward yet. So you've got this powerful urge to be doing something. You can't quite see what it is. So just keep climbing, because the stars are about divine guidance. They're saying, you know, you're not quite there yet. Just keep going because you're on the right path. And the last card in that little trilogy is the card of the garden. Now, I love the card of the garden because there's a fountain in it as well, and this nurtures and feeds the garden. So what it's saying is you will find this place where you're nurtured and fed on those levels that you want to be nurtured and fed on. And the other thing about the garden is that it's about you finding your people, you finding the right place to be. So yes, start climbing, mate.
Amazing. I have no idea what the messages on there would be because it's all in French. I just had a quick look. But I just think that is so weird that I just had this urge to open up my desk with little tumblestones and just right in front of, like, that was just so weird. I have the same deck but in French.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. All right, Veronica, where can you get those? I reckon you can just get them from Amazon or something. The ones that I have here, they were from Paris. But I'm pretty sure Lenormand cards are available.
I've got at least a dozen sets.
Oh, amazing!
And probably more. You can get them all over the place when you know what they are. Temu, Amazon, all of those.
I reckon Amazon will have it. Yeah, Amazon has everything. Yeah,
they all do. And you can see some really fascinating ones. I've actually bought a set home from South Korea when I was there last year.
Amazing.
Of course, they're not in English either, but you know,
exactly.
it's all about the visuals and what you're feeling.
It's all the visual, exactly. That's why when I was in France many years ago, because of my connection with those cards, because I had them when I was a child, I was like, I can't be in France and not get a French deck because you know.
Absolutely.
So I did. And little did I know that they're sitting right next to me all this time in my little drawer of tumblestones. It's so
they're
weird.
begging to be opened and used, my love.
Well, they're opened. I just probably didn't really use them much because it's all French. But yeah, but like, oh, that's funny. All right, amazing. Ben, I'm going to give you gorgeous Center liked and shared. Hi, do you have any advice for me or insight? Or are there any of my loved ones coming through, please? Thank you in advance. Gorgeous.
Oh, gorgeous, Center. You know, Center, as I connected and as Harry read your question, you know, I feel like that I feel like that you're like you attract the wrong people in your life, which you're aware of, and I feel like that you like that excitement and stuff like that, and you might be yelling at the screen saying that no, I don't, but I feel like that you attract that sort of stuff, you know, and I feel like that your life is very busy. You're out and you're about all the time. You're doing this and you're doing that. I feel like that you just got to slow down a fraction and take some notice of the steps that you're making. I feel like that you can make the wrong decisions because you're acting very quickly, if that makes sense. I feel like that you've got a good heart though, and I know that you're well liked. And I feel like that you want things now, and I feel like that these things will come in properties and whatever else, cars and things like that will come in. I think that you just got to slow down. You seem like you're very, very fast, if that makes sense. Just let me know in the comments if Dad's in the spirit world. But I don't know. But there was a connection there, and I just felt like that I had a big hairy chest, believe it or not. So I don't know if that's Dad in the spirit, but I felt like I had a big hairy chest and maybe a possible chain around my neck as well. So that got my attention. And maybe that there was a bowel cancer there or something like that, because it just felt like that for me. Let us know in the comments anyway, but I just feel like that at the moment that you're in a hurry, and I just want you to slow down and I want you to save and take your time, because you want to travel, you want to do this, and it's just not coming fast enough for you, and you're trying to make things happen really quickly, and just slow down. You're on the right path. You really are, and that's the main answer. That's the main question that you should ask. Am I on the right path? And I think that you are. And I'll leave it there.
Great insight, Ben. Thank you, mate. Okay, while I've got you, actually, I'm just going to quickly just throw at you some feedback that I can see. Anna said, thanks, Ben. We talk every day. I'm her driver now because she can't drive, so I take her to work and home. Love you, Ben. A big thank you. And you also have another one that I found from Sarah. Sarah said, validation for Ben. Thank you, Harry. I miss seeing your beautiful... Oh, I love you. I'm missing your beautiful face. Ben, everything. I just love these people. Ben, everything you said was accurate. I think it's more nerves than the unknown, but I will most likely do it. It'll be my chance to learn all that I missed out on. I do smell my mum randomly. I actually walked past a lady in the supermarket. Oh my God, look at this. In the supermarket, and she smelled her mum. Isn't that amazing? Thank you. Beautiful feedback. Gorgeous. Amazing. All right, amazing. And while we're on such a great note with feedback, I'm going to give you some feedback, Terry, and it's going to be from Hayley. And Hayley said, thank you, Terry. My aunt lives alone, has a bad knee, and had a couple of falls last year. Okay, there you go. You're picking that up. I feel that warning could be for her. It makes sense. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for the amazing reading. Very good. Awesome. On that note, let's go to Debbie May. Hi, Debbie May. Debbie May has said, liked and shared. What a gorgeous picture. Liked and shared. Can you please give me some career advice? I just had a birthday and I'm feeling really exhausted. I understand. Please, some advice from my angels would be helpful. Good question.
Is this for me?
Yes, darling. It's for you. Yeah, it's for you.
Okay, we're with it. We're together. We're
Let's go.
together. Interestingly, I've got the card of the cross. And now the cross is about the suffering man. So if you're just putting up with this job, then just look for alternatives. Don't do it. I mean, what did COVID teach us? For me, it taught me that don't be somewhere you don't want to be, that you don't love, because life is too short. You never know when you're going to go. So try and get something that really does suit you more. And to me, it feels like there is a creative inside that needs to be brought out a bit. So the good thing about the suffering man is that it's a cross, and the cross is also about resurrection. So It's saying to you, there's something you've got to leave behind and to move forward. You do have the mice with it. Now, the mice will empty your sack with and fill it with anxiety and whatever. Just acknowledge that the mice are there. Yes, it's a huge thing to change streams, change horses midstream, not streams mid horses. But the thing about it is that you need to look the place you belong now, not the place you belonged 5 years ago or however long ago it was. And you've got to look sideways. You've got to see that you have complementary skills that can be used everywhere. And I know that you can get them because the last card I've got there is the card of the ring. Now, the ring is about contracts, okay? So there is a contract out there for you. And for me, this is within the next 6 months. Right. So if you're not looking now, you won't see it. So start looking. Look around you, though. Don't just look straight in front of you, because something is coming for you and you need to be there and awake for it.
I love it. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you, Terry. These are fantastic messages. Okay, Ben, I'm going to give you Centre. Centre said, yes, that makes sense. Her mum passed from cancer. Oh, that's good to know I'm on the right path. Thank you so much for your advice. Most of what you said is lovely and very accurate hit. How cute. Oh, she's adorable. Thank you, Centre. Okay, awesome. On that note, let's give you another one, Benny. It's going to be, which one is it going to be? Again, we're not going to get to everyone, just FYI, which I will repeat. We won't get to everyone. If you do need to make a call, the phone numbers are scrolling down on the bottom of your screen or also within the post. And the PIN numbers can be accessed from psychictvinternational.com. And for example, you've got Amazing Grace, PIN 9888. You've got Maria, PIN 9126. You've got Psychic Sadie, PIN 9147. And you've got Renaretta, PIN 9112. So I'm going to give you, let me just pick randomly. Which one should I get? I think I'm going to just randomly go with, I think I'm going to go with this one. It's really massive, but I'm going to go with it. And then I'm going to remove it. So okay. Catherine, hey, Catherine, with a K, liked and shared, I've been doing my family tree. Oh, this is similar to the other. My mum passed away in May 2023. So the mother was adopted. Knew that I had made contact with her biological father side of the family. Oh, read this, Ben, because I'm going to take it off. But have found her biological mother. My grandmother is still alive. My gut is to continue with it, but I'm a bit unsure if I should, as my sister is not keen. I'm wondering what my mum would want me to do. Okay, Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what, Catherine, like, I believe that that maybe at the beginning that mum might have been sort of, like, oh, geez, but I think that this is up to you. This is something that I'm sure mum would be happy about this now. Maybe at the time, maybe not, but possibly would be happy with it now. You can remove it, Harry. I believe that this is something that you need to do for yourself. Don't worry about the sister, and you can keep it to yourself and everything else. And I feel like that this is just closure for yourself as well. And I feel like that you're going to find out a lot more than you actually know. And this is going to be something for you, just for you. This is your own journey. This is your own path. I encourage you to do it. And And the minute that you find out what you need to find out, and you can close that book then and then move on with your own life. And everyone's going to be upset at different times. So it doesn't matter what you do in life. But this is something that you need to do for yourself. I'm sure that mum's looking down at you and saying, if you would like to do this, just do it. I think this is going to be a good thing for you. It really is. And I'll leave it there.
Interesting, because her sister doesn't sound like she wants to do it. So it sounds like they're on different paths, which makes sense, because people, sometimes you don't agree with a sibling and you do want different outcomes, which makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, awesome. All right, hey, Kerry, good to see. I was just wondering Kerry, you've missed the first half of the show. You'll have to watch it back. It's been so insightful. We have Terry, who's just fabulous. Actually, you know what? Did you ask a question? Let me see if you've asked a question. Do you know what? You have. Let's just save you for a second. I'm going to give you some feedback from Debbie Terry first. Thank you, Terry. Really appreciate your reading. Everyone around me is telling me the same thing. Thank you. How amazing. Mm-hmm. Very, very good. And on that note, Kerry's one of my favorite people. She's fabulous. And you have to meet Terri. Kerry met Terri. Loved and shared. Wonderful. Yeah, I know. Wonderful, Mr. Harry. Would love to know what is coming in March for me in my job, please. Thank you so much and appreciate you all. She's fabulous, Terri. So let's hope we get some good ones for her.
Well, interestingly, I've got you know what? I've gone the lash here and I've just dropped a whole bunch of cards. So we're going to look at a lot of them. The first you've got is the coffin card. Yes, I know it sounds bad, but it's not. It says it brings sickness or death. Now, these are very old-fashioned terminologies. And what this means is that, like, are you sick to death of what you're doing? If you are, then you know it is time to change it. But it also says courage, wealth, and health will all breathe their last breath if you're not courageous. So the step is to take courage and do what you want, because the next card I have here is the card of the sailing ship. Now, if you look closely, you see there's some white horses on the water, okay? So it's not a smooth sail, but the winds are in the sails of the ship and she's pushing forward under your control. So whatever it is that's going to happen in your job, you've got to direct it, mate. Don't sit there and wait for the job to happen to you. Okay, I've got the man. Now, remember, these cards are a couple of hundred years old. Yeah. The man is often thought in these type of cards as the pusher-aheaderer, the striver, the one who goes out and does all the stuff. Well, you know what? You can be the man. It's about those qualities that you have to push ahead and to want to achieve. After that, you've got the tree, which is amazing, because the tree is now saying, this is healthy. Look at the growth of me, and I will spread my roots out and become really solid in doing it. Gosh, the last card you've got is the house. Now, I love the house because the house tells you that these are the people who will support you, and these are the people you will support. So this is all about teamwork. So whatever it is, if you're leading the team, if you're not leading the team, then use your own ideas. Really put them forward. If you're too worried to stand out and speak up, then you know what? Write it down. Write a business plan. Write out, these are my ideas. Shop it around and then talk about it, because these people will listen to you. This is a good environment for you. So March is the start of it for you, mate.
Oh, good. Yeah. Amazing. Kerry, that is great news. All right, let's go to, I think we've got time for a couple more. Let me see who we can, I'm going to scan them. Again, yeah, we can't, because obviously they're doing a little bit longer sessions for each one. So we can't get to as many people. So I'm reminding you all, we do have our psychics on the phones. We have Amazing Grace 9 at pin 9888. Maria, pin 9126, Psychic Sadie, pin 9147, and Renoretta, pin 9112. And you've got Ben Graham on pin 9166 when he's off the show. And you've got Terry on pin 9119 as well. And remember, the phone number is scrolling down on the bottom of your screen. And the worldwide number, +61 488 25177. Okay, amazing. Yes, and everyone who's watching is getting so much out of it. Lisa, I loved what you've just said. She goes, wow, I know I haven't got a reading, but Terry, I love the way you do your readings. I love it, which is amazing. It's amazing. It's almost like you're watching. It's like, when you watch a show or you watch a movie, you're not starring in the movie and it's not about you, but you're engaged because you're watching it. I feel like that happens a lot with this. For me, even as a host, I feel like I get to watch so much going on. And that's what everyone that is watching is also in it. So even if you're not getting a direct attention for just you, it's actually really, really interesting to be able to watch. You almost become like a voyeur. It's like a movie. You get to watch movies and series, like documentaries and stuff. I think that's great. Alrighty, let's go with, I think I'm up to you, Ben, and I'm going to randomly pick. Magic finger, which one should I just randomly pick? It's going to be, who? I didn't know which one I picked. Tracy. I just literally just selected Tracy. Hi, everyone. Liked, loved and shared. I'm wondering if you have any messages from loved ones, please. Okay, Ben, go for it.
You know, I know Tracy personally. So
oh, do you? Isn't that weird that I just randomly press the button?
Unbelievable. So,
didn't even see your name.
Yeah. Tracy, you're on the right path, and, you know, you really are, and you're an amazing lady, and you don't need me to tell you that because you know that. You've jumped so many hurdles and you had so many roadblocks in front of you for a long time, and you're jumping through those and you're kicking doors down, kicking doors down of opportunity, so to speak. You are kicking them down. Sometimes you're very hard on yourself and you second guess yourself, or you put it like a bad thought in your mind, and you're learning how to move those on. I feel like that you've got good people around you. You really do, and I think that you've got some good support people. I know you help a lot of people, so it's about helping yourself now. It really is, and you know your loved ones are around you, and I know that a few of them are there, and I know that your son's there as well, and I know that just recently you've heard his name, so in other people's name, so to speak. So that's just his little sign to let you know that he's with you, and you've met people with the same name, and it takes you by surprise. And even though I know you personally, you've told me that. That's when your son's with you right there and then. So he's just letting you know, and he's doing his best to give you those little signs, and you're seeing them. I know that the next 12 months are going to be big changes for you because you're making changes, and it's a positive thing. And so you're keeping yourself busy in your own right. I know that you're worried about and concerned about mum, and I will finish the reading. I know you're concerned and worried about mum, and she's in good hands with dad and everything goes around her, so to speak. So from the other side, they're doing their best.
Amazing.
Thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Ben. And while I've got you, I'll throw this bit of feedback for you from Catherine with the K, which I love. Catherine has said, "Thank you, Ben. I'll keep going with it. I'll keep it to myself, I think." Yeah, good for you. Mum had always wondered about her biological mum and biological dad. I found out he passed in the early 1990s, and I told Mum about it. I have a half uncle on that side and have met. Okay, great. I just want to put the pieces together. Thank you again. Makes perfect sense. Good on you, Catherine. Yep. Good on you, Catherine. Yeah, sometimes you just got to do it for you. So excellent. Okay, I love that. Okay. Now I do have a question from Liana. So you can definitely go to psychictvinternational.com, and if you want to have a one-on-one with someone right now, you can call the numbers that are scrolling down on the bottom of your screen. The number in Australia is 0290710199, or our international number is +614 888 25177. And the psychics who are logged in right now, once you've called one of those numbers, you've got Grace on pin 9888, you've got Maria on pin 9126, you've got Psychic Sadie on pin 9147, and you've got Renoretta on pin 9112. So you can call them and have a one-on-one right now over the phone, okay? At production, you can unstar that now. Thank you so much. Okay, let me go with Terry. I've got feedback for you from our good friend, Kerry. Okay, roger that, Terry. I'll take action and get clear on my plan. Yes, I'm a leader, so that's amazing advice. Thank you. She's terrific. She's absolutely fabulous, which is great. I'm going to give you a Rebecca. I found a Rebecca. There you are. Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. Hi, Harry, Ben, and Terry. Loved and shared. My question is for Terry. Well, perfect, because you've got Terry. Can you tell me if there is a job change and a baby for me soon? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Look, strange that you gave this question to me, because I was just reading it before and I was getting the feels. So it was clearly meant to be for me.
Perfect.
The stress of wanting the baby too much is really a bit overwhelming. So you've got to chill the F out, okay? It's really back it down, because you're putting too much pressure on yourself, okay? Now, you also need to go and see your gyno or go and see your doctor who specialises in this sort of stuff, just to make sure that everything is okay. I'm not saying at all that anything is okay, but you just need to make sure that you're ready to go. And part of that will be dealing with the stress. Now, I say to people, and please excuse my language, don't take too many bites of the shit sandwich at one time, okay? Job, I want a new job. I want a baby. Oh my God, which one? Don't take on too much. One thing at a time, okay? If the job's most important to you, then look for the job and get settled. Once you get settled, then you'll have that less stress, and then you'll be able to chill your body out and go, okay, now's the time to do it. But as you say that, I'm dealing the cards, or I scrolled the cards, and you've got the stork. Now, I don't know how old you are, but for my generation, the stork would fly in with the babies in the old fables. Now, this is not just alluding to pregnancy, but it alludes to fertility. So you have fertility around you, and that means fertility in the workplace as well as with the baby situation. So you've got to pick one. But the stork has something to say. Don't stand here too long today. Whether north or south, you must be on your way. Okay? So it's saying now is the time to start. So pick the one that's most important to you right now. So you either suck it up and stay in the sucky job that you don't like, or you might like it. It might just be a job. If that's the case, just stay there and just do the job. Get pregnant, have the baby, then look at doing something else. Or vice versa. Yeah.
Amazing. Very good. Okay, now listen, I think we might have a little bit more time, but let's just try to wrap these up quick if you both can.
Sorry.
No, don't be silly. Do you know what? We used to have a little bell. And
I need a bell.
Do you know what, Tracy? Terry, I have a feeling I've got one somewhere. I'm sure I've got about 10, actually. I've got a little treasure chest, and I swear I went through it the other day, and I literally saw the 4 of the same things. I'm like, if I keep exploring, I'm going to find like multiples of everything in here. Because there's a treasure chest. I've dumped stuff in there, forgotten they're in there. I reckon there's a bell somewhere in there. But you guys are amazing. I'm loving it. So don't even worry. Okay, but let's go, just because we're nearly out of time, but I'm just going to quickly, just because I'm loving it, I'm just going to quickly randomly pick for you, Ben, if that's okay.
Okay, yep.
I'm going to pick for you, just randomly, I'm going to pick Kerry Ann. I did see a Kerry Ann. There you are, Kerry Ann. Hello. Liked and shared. Good evening. Is there anything to hear from my loved ones? Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, Kerry Ann, Kerry Ann, I feel like, and write it in the comments, but I feel like that you hear spirit. I really do, because my ears went in and out, and that's normally a sign for me that, and I feel like that you hear spirit. You really do, and I feel like that you probably dabble in those crystals. They're just coloured rocks for me, but you probably dabble in those and everything else. I feel like that you do that sort of stuff. You're a believer, and probably. Probably get a lot of readings here and there, and you're one of those. So you're so open-minded. You really are. I don't know. In my chest area, I felt like that I had trouble breathing near there. So I just felt like that. That I don't know why, but I just felt like that I seen a hand, and the hand felt really cold for me, and the hand looked like your hand. So maybe it's Mum's hand in the spirit world, if that makes sense. And just let me know in the comments. I feel like that you're holding that, and it's like you're giving her permission to pass, which would be important, if that makes sense. So I'm just seeing that for you. And just quickly, I feel like that I'm taking a ring off as well. So I don't know if that's your ring that you've just taken off, or that's her ring, but I'm seeing that for you. And just let me know in the comments if you like silver, because I'm just sort of seeing silver and stuff like that. But I feel like that you see your loved ones anyway, and you mightn't see them visually, but you see them in your own mind. And I feel like that whatever I say, that it's just validating what you already know, if that makes sense. I feel like that you're on your spiritual journey. You really are, and take it further if you can. And I'll leave it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, matey. And we're going to go to Lisa Lee. Lisa Lee, I have loved and shared and liked. Thank you, fabulous. I would like to know when you can see me. Oh, getting my new teeth.
Well, I don't know if this is for Mum or whether it's for little Lisa Lee or big Lisa Lee. But my advice, if it's little Lisa Lee, is just chill and they will come down. Okay. For Mum, well, I believe that you can now get dental work done and use either your PayPal or your Afterpay.
They're expensive.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
They're horribly
super
expensive.
expensive. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, well, so the good news about that, Lisa Lee, is it looks like there is new teeth coming on the way.
Yay.
But yeah, either you're going to pay for them or you're going to grow them.
Best
Either way, it's
question.
going to
Best
happen.
question.
What a great question. I just didn't even read it, and then I thought, well, go for it. She was fabulous. She was writing so many great comments throughout the show. The two of you have been absolutely incredible. I mean, Ben, you're always on fire. You already know that. You've always, I mean, you've been on forever. But Terri, you are an absolute delight. You must come back. You must come back.
Anytime.
And you must come back when I'm hosting. Because
Well,
I
you
think you're
organise
terrific.
it, Mr. Harry, and I will be there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have that much to say. I feel, I wish I could. I don't really have that much to say. I used to have a little bit of.
Beg someone.
Yeah, Anne-Marie, my darling producer, can you please put Terri back on with me? I mean, mind you, I'm not back till the 12th of April, mind you. But yeah, whenever I'm back and whenever she's free, just get in touch because I think Terri is fabulous and would love to have more of her. Okay, amazing. Okay, so Ben, you're going to log into the phone lines. Terri, are you able to, or you're not able to?
What?
Are you able to log onto the phone lines tonight, or you can't tonight?
Yes, of course I can.
Oh, you can. All right, perfect. Okay, I can let them know. Fabulous. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Terri. I'll see the two of you very soon.
Nice. See, Harry. Nice to meet you, Terri.
Lovely to meet you guys. I really enjoyed myself tonight. I hope I get to see you again soon.
Absolute pleasure. You guys are terrific.
Bye.
Amazing. See you, Terri. See you, Ben.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, they're incredible. Okay, amazing. So let me just how do I go back to that? Let me just go back to just me and I'll just wrap up the show. Now, I have to say that both Terri and Ben were absolutely on fire, both incredibly gifted. If you want to have a chat to them, now is the time. In Australia, call 02-907 10199. And if you're out of Australia, the international number is +61 488 25177. Now, they're the numbers for you. The PIN numbers for you to speak to either Terri or to Ben. Terri's PIN number is 9119 and Ben's PIN number is 9166. So they're definitely logging in now, and you can definitely call them now and you can have a one-on-one with them because as you saw, they were both on fire. I mean, they were both incredible. That was Terri's first night with me. I loved her. I mean, her stories were incredible and I could relate to her so much, especially, I mean, how crazy was that if you were watching that I pulled out my French deck of cards from France and Terri was using the English version of them. I mean, how did that happen? That was unbelievable. Talk about synchronicity. Hey, Kelly, good to see you. We hope you've enjoyed the show. The show was amazing, but I do really need you guys to call them because they were incredible. So in Australia, the number is 02-907 10199 and international number is +61 488 25177. And as I said, you can call Ben. His PIN number is 9166, and you can call Terri. Her PIN number is 9119. And I'll let you know who else is logged in. You've also got the option to speak to Grace on PIN 9888, Maria on PIN 9126, Psychic Sadie on PIN 9147, and Renoretta on PIN 9112. But as I said, Ben Graham, his PIN is 9166, and Terri, who was just incredible, really liked her. Her PIN is 9119. So give them a call, enjoy. And again, the website psychictvinternational.com. Now, all of you, I absolutely adore all of you. You guys are great. Just remember, I won't be back on the show I'll be back in 5 Saturdays. I know that sounds like forever away, and it kind of is. I didn't realize that until I was flipping the pages so much. But you won't have me back on until the 12th of April. Okay, so Saturday, the 12th of April is when I return to the show. So between now and then, you will have guest hosts. So, for example, next Saturday, you've got our amazing producer, Anne-Marie. She's great. And you'll have her next Saturday. And then you'll have others throughout the remainder. And you'll have me back on the 12th of April. So I'll see you in 5 Saturdays. But don't despair, because what I am going to do to make up for it is I think it was May, I think. I'm going to try and do virtually every Saturday in that month. So don't worry. I know I'm away for ages from you guys, but when I do come back on Saturday, the 12th of April, I want you to know that I'm definitely going to commit to doing more Saturdays, okay? Just to make up for being away for so long. All right, everyone, God bless you all. Thank you so much. Sending you all oceans of love. And I will see you in 5 Saturdays' time on Saturday, the 12th of April. But next week, you've got our beautiful Anne-Marie on next Saturday. So until then, good night, everyone. Stay well, and I'll see you when I get back. Okay? Good night, everyone. Bye.